In a world of increasing mental health challenges, psychology and faith can both provide tools for healing and wellness. This is the idea behind Journey on My Mind. Each episode, our panel of pastors and therapists sit down together to share their experiences and insights on the modern world's mental health issues: depression, loneliness, aging, addiction, and so much more. Join us now as we explore what it means to thrive at the complex intersection of spirit and psychology.
Well, welcome to another Journey on My Mind. We have a special guest today, Dave.
Is it me?
Yes, no.
Oh,
No.
Who is it?
No. It's Suzie.
Wow.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Special
Oh, there she is. Yes.
It's funny to be a special guest in this room.
I know.
Well, thank you for joining us
Special
today.
guest in the place that you run.
Yeah. And Susie's been on before.
Yeah. I love this podcast.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you for being here.
About once a week, somebody comes up to me and says, "You're on the podcast," and I'm always like a little wigged out.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I always think it's funny when people come up and like they'll ask me or comment on something that I've shared from my personal life on the Journey Now podcast.
Right.
And then I'm like stunned and I'm like,
that?
I didn't talk to you about that.
Yeah.
that's how
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
I
too.
did.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes.
That happened recently.
There aren't a
Somebody's
lot
like,
of secrets.
"I'm sorry about your apartment
No.
getting flooded or whatever." I'm like, "How do you know this?" I'm like, "Oh, it was on the right." Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. I remember that one.
Before we kick off,
Yeah.
can we make a little recommendations?
Yeah, we can.
I have something to make a recommendation for,
Okay.
and if you all have something. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
I all the time have people, because they know I love music, come up to me and say, "You need to listen to this." And sometimes I listen to it and it's like, and sometimes it's good. And someone came up to me and said, "I learned about this artist named Monrovia." Now, the capital of Liberia
Like the city?
is Monrovia.
I used to live in Monrovia,
In Liberia?
in California.
Oh, okay. No,
There's
that's
Monrovia,
different.
California?
Yes. So this is Monrovia, named after Monrovia, capital of Liberia.
Okay.
Now, I have two Liberian
Yeah.
kids. So I thought that they
yeah.
were just recommending this because they know I have an attachment to Liberia.
Yeah.
And I like listen to it. And I've had other people recommend some African music or world music. And I listen to it. And I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great.
Okay.
This is great stuff. So I'm going to recommend the album Bloodline by Monrovia. Now, here's the thing. It's not for everybody's taste. So I'm going to say some names.
Do they say bad words?
Not really.
Oh, bad words.
So here's the...
How do you listen to music without bad words anymore? Anyway,
Does such a thing exist?
I don't know.
So here's the thing. I'm going to say 2 or 3 artists, and if you like them, you'll like this. And if you don't know who they are, you either won't like it or it's a coin toss.
Okay.
Okay. So, Sufjan Stevens.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We like him?
Yeah.
All right. So already, check.
Yeah.
Jason Ritter. Don't know?
Any relation to John?
No, actually not. And Noah Kahn.
Yes.
Okay. So if you like kind of Sufjan Stevens, Noah Kahn, maybe Jason Ritter, you'll like it.
Okay.
And it's great. It's lyrically great. But he's a guy that was adopted by a missionary family out of Monrovia, out of Liberia during Civil War.
Yeah.
Just like my kids.
Okay.
My kids are a little post-Civil War. So he's about 2 or 3 years older. The album is fantastic. I'm not just saying that. I'm not saying it because I want him to eventually marry my daughter, who's Liberian, but I do.
Yeah. I mean,
I do. She's beautiful, by the way. She's a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
You've met her.
Yeah. She is.
But that's not the reason I'm saying it's
Okay. No.
It really genuinely is great.
Yeah. She doesn't know you do a podcast, so that's good.
She actually doesn't. None of my kids do. Ellen barely does.
Ellen's like, where are you going?
I know. Why are you taking off in the middle of the day?
Well, why do you go meet with these people?
I know.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have any TV, movie, music recommendations? Anything good?
I was not prepared.
I know. I caught you off guard. I just sort of blurted it out.
Project Hail Mary was worthy.
Yeah, it was a
That's
good
what
one.
I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it was good. Now, I'll tell you this.
I went and saw it on the IMAX with my son, so it was.
Yeah, we saw it on big screen, and it was great. But I will say this. I'd read all these things about, like, this is the best movie of the last 5 years. This is so great. So I had this, like, very big, and it was like, oh, it's a good movie. But I wish I hadn't had that level of hype.
Is it like Don't Look Up? The movie Don't Look
Not
Up?
at all.
No, nothing like that.
No. Did you see The Martian?
Yes.
No.
Matt Damon.
Mars. I like that movie.
Yeah.
I like that one better.
Same author.
Okay.
But it's it's a space movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've been trying to watch the movies that were nominated. I watched Sinners.
Oh, I watched that recently.
And
watched,
did we like it?
Oh my gosh.
One Battle After
It's
Another.
my favorite movie of the last many
It
years.
is
That one is.
unreal.
We can talk about that.
One Battle After Another.
Did you like it?
I watched them on an iPhone on an airplane.
Oh,
so
well,
that didn't help. And One Battle After Another was broken into 2 plane trips. Sinners perplexed me. I mean, I want to watch it again on
Yeah. It's a movie that you have to watch a couple times. And then actually Jamar Tisby put out something around the Academy Awards about, he said anyway, it doesn't matter what he said, but he created a syllabus for the movie.
I saw it.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Like if you had trouble following along and getting it the first time, read his syllabus and then watch it again.
I love it. It's my those 2 movies, One Battle and Sinners, are my 2 favorite of the last few years. But the one I really love, like in my bones, is Sinners. And so it really got me. Now I've talked to people like it's just like what's the other vampire movie?
Abraham
the Tarantino?
Lincoln?
No, not that. I know what you're talking about.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
It's that's it.
Exactly like that. It's identical.
No, nothing close.
From Dusk Till Dawn or something.
No, not as good. But no.
This movie is about something.
It's
and
not
that's
really
the thing about it. It's not about vampires.
Yeah.
Right. It's about like music represents the thing that we've built as culture and that's connected to us as a identity and people, and that there are people coming to take it.
Right. Yes.
So that's what this music is real. It's about music, but it's also bigger than music in terms of what music
race
represents.
too. It's about race. It has a racial overtone.
Yeah, but that's it's like this is the music represents the culture.
Yeah.
And race is baked into that.
Yeah.
Or the culture is baked into race, and it is the vampires represent people who are like, we're going to
suck the
life out of it on this.
Yeah.
I think
we're going to take your words and make them ours.
Yes. We're going to take
and make them bad.
Your culture, right. And we are going to now, we want to own it.
Yeah.
So anyway, good stuff.
Yeah.
Monrovia, back to that.
Yeah.
Not Monrovia, California.
Not Monrovia, California.
Liberia.
Suzie lived for how many years?
1 year.
1 year.
Post-college.
Yep. I've been to Monrovia, West Africa.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
Wouldn't want to live there for a year. Love it. Beautiful country.
Yep.
Wouldn't want to live there for a year.
Okay.
Just saying that.
Yeah.
But
different culture.
Off we go.
Yeah. Hey. Well, there you go. Recommendations.
How about that?
Cheers. Okay, so our previous podcast was about forgiveness.
It was.
And we discussed that with Sam. And
then we fired him.
And then we said, Sam, go to Indiana. And he did. Actually, he's visiting family. So the conversation lent itself to, so what do we do with reconciliation? What do we do with the idea of if forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same thing?
Yeah.
Which we talked about in the last episode. So if you haven't heard the previous one, take a few minutes and listen to that one. And we decided, hey, we'll follow it up with a conversation around the difference and what reconciliation is. And I see you have some notes that
per usual.
Do you want to set the table?
Because I have no memory now.
Oh,
there is like
gone?
Zero hard drive up there.
The space
Doesn't
is
work.
full, and it's full of music.
This is my external hard drive. And it's only Monrovia and this and Sinners. No, it's the kind of catch Suzie up a little bit. We were saying forgiveness obviously is a process that's for the person who's doing the forgiving, and that it is something that not everyone can get to, but if they can, it's actually something that often brings a lot of health and healing. But then we were talking about how often in Christian circles, we conflate or put together forgiveness and reconciliation. And sometimes people might need to do forgiveness work, but not do reconciliation. Right. There's reasons for that. And so that we were like, well, let's talk about reconciliation. So that's where we are.
Yep.
So I would say that forgiveness is an internal process. It might get expressed externally, whereas reconciliation is a relational and external process
between people.
And reconciliation at its essence is a restoration of trust that has been broken.
That's a good way of putting it.
And it's also, this is I think important, a two-sided project. Forgiveness can be a one-sided project.
Right.
I can forgive someone without them acknowledging that they've done something wrong, without them even receiving it. I can do the work. That's my project. But we got to have two to tango with reconciliation.
Yep.
So the other thing I'll say before we kind of tee this up and where this goes is that in science, and I know we're not being sciencey.
No, but
I like being sciencey.
I do too. But in science, they talk about necessary and sufficient conditions, right? So something might be a necessary condition, but not sufficient to get the job done.
Correct.
And vice versa. So there's it's not necessary, it's not sufficient, and it's necessary, sufficient, and so on. Kind of like what was the Donald Rumsfeld? It's like known knowns and known unknowns and unknown knowns and all that stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a pull. Man, that's a pull.
Yeah,
I thought your hard drive was broken.
Not entirely irrelevant.
Right.
Rumsfeld.
Not entirely.
Yes.
By the way, that's the only other thing that's in my head. Donald Rumsfeld, for some reason. I don't know why.
So Donald Rumsfeld, Monrovia,
and
Sinners.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all that can exist in my head.
Quite a trifecta.
For anybody out there who doesn't know who Donald Rumsfeld.
Yeah, look it up. There's a thing called the internet. Look it up. But back to point that forgiveness is a necessary but not sufficient condition for reconciliation.
Yes.
So we need to acknowledge that.
Yes.
Because you've forgiven is not, it doesn't mean things are reconciled.
No, it doesn't mean they have to be either.
Doesn't mean they have to be. Doesn't mean you should be.
Right.
There's some situations where
it's better not to.
Better not to.
Yeah.
Can you be reconciled and not restored? Because I've always seen reconciliation as something you can do without restoration.
So talk about that. That's great.
So I think it was interesting to me that you said reconciliation is trust restored. I look at reconciliation, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because you're the sciencey guy.
I am. I'm Bill Nye.
If it's not in his notes, though, we're screwed.
Yeah. I know.
So
I can't do
I've
anything.
always thought, okay, so forgiveness is mine. It's my internal work. It's my work to do. I do it for the benefit of my soul and my spirit. Reconciliation, I can be reconciled to someone in that we can be harmonious with each other. We can determine that we're good. We forgive, like you said, it's that part's a two-way street. We forgive one another and we're moving on from this. But our relationship is not restored, because while we might be reconciled, I actually don't trust you enough to feel like you're a safe person to go back to the friendship the way that it was. So we can be reconciled as brothers and sisters in Christ. We can be in a gathering together and receive communion together. We can go to our kids' weddings together. We can do all these different things together without the relationship actually being restored, because trust actually and safety actually hasn't been restored.
So would that be a boundary?
Yeah. I mean, because I think sometimes, like when I think about certain relationships I've had that have broken in the past, and I've had to do the work of forgiveness, and I've also done some work in reconciling with the person. Like, okay, given them a chance to make amends, I make amends, blah, blah, blah. But the relationship is not restored. But I would say we're reconciled. So if we're ever at the same thing together, we run into each other at Costco, like it's not super awkward, like everything's kind of been dealt with, but we're not going to go have coffee afterwards.
Okay.
You know?
I think I can get behind that. I do think there's a little nuance
science
to it.
guy.
Do you miss Sam?
Yeah. Where's Sam? Can you edit all that out?
That's funny.
So I'm not disagreeing with you. My pushback on it is more of like, actually more to help me think about it well. I think that trust is not some monolithic thing. Trust is on a continuum, and it's nuanced, and it's on different dimensions.
For sure.
So, for example, when I get my car to leave here, I implicitly trust that the car coming toward me on the 2-lane road is not going to swerve into me and crash. Now, that trust might be broken, but I couldn't drive home if I didn't have some level of trust. So in some ways, I trust strangers, right? But I wouldn't give someone at the supermarket my credit card and PIN number. I don't trust them. So trust is we trust people at different levels, and then we trust them about different things. And even in really close relationships, you might have someone in a marriage that says, I trust my spouse to be faithful. I'm not sure I trust them with financial decision-making because of this or that, or I don't trust them around. Right. So there's even within
compartmentalized a little bit,
or strata or dimensions of it.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is what you're describing is if it's just a languaging thing, and that reconciliation has to start somewhere. Yeah. And then may or may not move to here. Right? It may or may not. And so someone may not be fully. So what were the words you used? 2 words, this or this?
Reconciliation or restoration.
Restoration. So restoration maybe would be over here on a reconciliation is like we're good. We're not mad at each other. We can have a civil conversation if we run into each other. Yeah. But we're not but restoration is we're back to where things were.
Yeah, we're going to work towards the relationship becoming what it was or better or,
But maybe that's a journey within that. And so maybe it's just a languaging thing of what we're calling that. Because I don't know.
I just think it's an important distinction to make, even just as a languaging thing, because, I think for Christians especially, I think we think it's a lot more black and white than it is. And so I think it's helpful to have all the things you just said about trust being on a continuum, and even if we're going to call restoration as part of reconciliation, and it may or may not get to a place where it used to be or whatever. I think that's an important distinction to make, because I think some people believe that if they've forgiven somebody, that they do need to go back into relationship, which I know this is what we're talking about today, but exactly like what that looks like and to what degree does that look like, I think is up for debate.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree that reconciliation is a level of degrees on a continuum. Yeah. Restoration would somehow imply that it's back to what it was. Yeah. After the violation thereof. I would say the process of reconciliation is nuanced, and it moves back and forth on that continuum based upon how trust is carried out.
So when you put that against or with the reconciliation that Jesus came to do, to reconcile all things to himself, and that we're a people of reconciliation, how does that work out?
Oh, wow.
That's where I think the language is helpful. Right. Because
I think from...
as a person who's been reconciled to Christ, my hope is that my relationship with Christ grows deeper and stronger and more meaningful. Right. Right? Yeah. Because I'm reconciled to him. And so that's not necessarily true for some of my earthly relationships.
Yeah. But to go back to that, isn't going kind of referencing the center set idea.
For sure.
Right? Yeah. It's even within our relationship with Jesus, there's a movement toward and back. Yeah. And here, so it's you said the term back and forth. Yeah. And I made a note of that because I feel like that's something to recognize, is that relationships, particularly ones where there's been some kind of breach or wounding, are rarely linear. Yeah. Right. They may be steadily, but they may be here. And that, it's very common to be in a relationship with someone where there's been a breach and things are going well, and then a little thing feels like a fall off the cliff. Yep. And so there's a dynamic to it. It's a
Yeah,
back and forth.
absolutely.
And that's what I think. That's what I love that we're talking about.
Yeah. Is the give and take.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you've not forgiven them.
Yeah.
Because we talked about, the idea of forgiveness is an intentional crisis of my will to say, okay, I'm going to live with this, what you did, and we're going to try and move forward, but I'm not going to hold it against you anymore. But what happens, inevitably what happens, something else happens, and then that comes back into play.
Yeah.
And then you have to continue to forgive, and now you've got another piece that you have to deal with. And that's human relationship. That's the way it works. And how much you got invested, how much time you have invested, what that person has done, what they haven't done, all plays into reconciliation.
Yeah. It's interesting. I came across a study that looked at a survey of psychologists and a survey of theologians.
Oh boy.
And I actually think you guys are going to land more on the psychologist side because they found that they had. I do. You'll hear it out and see where you land. But
or we think they're both integrated and it doesn't matter.
No, they're kind of. I mean, they are integrated. I mean, psychology. That's why we're doing this podcast. But we're saying
that's why we're trying to do that.
I know.
But here's the idea. When they did the survey, where psychologists tended to land is that they tended to see forgiveness and reconciliation as distinguished from each other. And theologians tended to see them as
the same,
integral. And meaning like reconciliation is a sort of integral, almost necessary part of forgiveness. And I actually land more on the psychologist side on that. I'm simplifying a lot of stuff, but
I believe that.
Yeah, but again, I think it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about the reconciliation to Christ, then right?
It's the same.
I'm forgiven, and so therefore I'm reconciled to Christ.
Yeah.
Even though I'm on this continuum of relationship with him.
We're on the continuum. He's not.
There you go.
That's the difference. The difference is that he stands in a place of reconciled to us because he's forgiven us, and he's continually saying, I'm in relationship with you. I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know where you're going. I love you the same. You are. I've
Where
chosen,
are you?
I have chosen to live with the consequences of your sin. I've paid for those sins, ... And therefore we're reconciled. But you're acting like we're not. That's and so this is where the science says it takes two to reconcile. So a person can be totally unaware of what Christ has done for them, not participate in that relationship at all. And it takes two. There needs to be a recognition of the acceptance that is presented to you. So I land probably more on, I definitely land on the psychologist side of this.
Okay.
From a human perspective.
From a human standpoint.
From a God perspective.
And it may have, based on how the study's structured, I didn't look at the guts of it, of how what questions they asked, but it could have been how the questions were asked. But
sure,
it's just interesting that in theological or in church practitioner circles, there's historically been this sort of, these two things are really the same, or they're merged together.
Well, I've heard theologians say that forgiveness isn't real unless the relationship is reconciled and restored.
And going back to our previous conversation, I think we're disagreeing with that.
I am.
Which is why we need a better integration of the two things, because I think that they both have value, but they're missing each other.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yep.
So I dug into some things, and this again isn't
I
just
can't believe it.
Dave's good idea, because I have plenty of them in there.
Like a ping, like a thought bubble.
Yeah, would you, Edwin? Can you work that out? A little light bulb that just appears. But I want to talk about conditions for reconciliation, and then stages of reconciliation based on research, not on this is not a quote biblical model or so on. It's just the psychology of it, and then we'll sort of begin to integrate that with faith.
Yep.
So this is, by the way, this shows up a lot. So this isn't like one study. This is kind of a combination of a lot of things. 5 conditions met for reconciliation. All right. And they are not in order. These are just 5 conditions. Number 1, accountability. The offender has to take responsibility for there to be real reconciliation. Number 2, consistency. The offending party or parties have to be reliable over time. It can't just be, my bad.
Yep. Sorry.
And then back to it.
Yeah. Right.
Number 3, there has to be some kind of transparency where there's open communication about what's going on and not going on as part of the building of trust. Number 4, empathy, where the person who's in the wrong expresses in a genuine way that they understand how that has hurt the other person.
Yep.
And then number 5 is for both a mutual commitment. So all conditions need to be met. Tend to agree with that? Any thoughts about any of that stuff? Accountability, consistency, transparency, empathy, mutual commitment.
Yeah, I think that's the absence of defensiveness, the absence of I'm going to defend my wrongdoing, and I'm going to own it, and I'm going to work at restoring the relationship. I'm wondering if there's any reparation attached to that. I don't know.
Can be. AA is built on a lot of that.
Yeah.
AA is a reconciliation model on some levels, which is you make amends.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That's the only part that I would say I wonder about the science of
So when you say reparation, you're meaning repairing the relationship? What is that?
If the offense was, this cost me $10,000. The offense was you stole $10,000 from me or whatever, and you own all of that. There's accountability, there's transparency. I know how you feel when somebody steals $10,000 for you, but I'm not giving it back. I don't think that fixes. I think there's got to be some kind of cost.
Got it.
Paid.
A making of amends, as they talk about, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't either.
Does forgiveness
that's a necessary part
Well,
of
but
it?
sometimes it's not a tangible thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Like if you're working through like
there's an infidelity or there's
and there's not anything tangible to repay.
Yeah. True. Okay.
But that is,
I'm wondering.
The AA people do a lot of work around that, and a lot of their harm is the intangibles that you're talking about. It's just injury to trust, injury to you've really blown our family up.
Yeah.
It's hard to quantify it. It's hard to go like, here's the dollar amount or the emotional toll. It's just, and so the burden is often on the person who's done the offending to
in the Catholic Church they call it penance.
Yeah.
Well, and in AA, but in AA there is like I forget the exact term that's used, but it's indirect amends. There's direct amends and indirect amends. So like for example, if in my process of if I'm on step 5 and I'm admitting all of the defects of character and things that I've done wrong, and then I get to the making amends, but in step 5 some of those things were with my parent who is no longer alive. Like I have some major amends to make with my parent, but they're no longer alive. So some people in AA will say, well, you have an opportunity to make some indirect amends, and that would be like I might go to another older person who's not my mom, but maybe is in a similar situation as my mom, and I go and do the things for her that I wasn't able to do for my
your
mom.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's funny because my mom had a relationship with a woman who was younger than her that was like kind of a little older than me, but I would always say was a better daughter than I was to her. Yeah. And she would always say to me, well, I'm doing this for your mom because I couldn't do it for mine. And now that I've been through some AA stuff, I'm looking back and wondering if she was making indirect amends with my mom. And it was very special for my mom and very meaningful.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
That's my only.
Have you ever had anybody come to you to make amends? Or to either ask for forgiveness and then sort of be in the process of they're trying to make amends and you recognize that that's what they're doing?
Yeah.
Have you ever had that experience?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
You don't have to say names, but
Yeah.
what was that like? Being on the receiving end of that.
Receiving it helped me move towards them.
Yeah.
It helped me go, okay, you actually do see. You actually are feeling the weight of the consequences of what you've done. Most people won't, what I find, do not do that.
Yeah.
And I work hard. This is something that I've tried to do, as I've learned the value of that, is when I screw up, when I'm like wrong, I work at saying, okay, what do I need to make this right?
So you practice that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you been on the receiving end?
I have.
What's it like?
Well, I'm thinking of a particular instance, and the person, I hadn't talked to the person for 2 years since the thing happened. And when I sat with them, they named all of the ways in which they were harmful.
Wow.
And, you could tell, you
Were
could
they
tell
in recovery or
yeah,
in
they were
some
in
kind of
recovery,
therapy or
and you could
something?
tell that that's, what was helping them get to
They-
that place.
It'd been structured to do.
Yeah, and I was really pleasantly surprised that they named everything. Like I came prepared with my list of grievances, and they
the scroll,
totally, and they named all of the things and then some. So that was, so what that did for me in that moment was it actually helped drive my forgiveness process deeper, and into a place that was more meaningful. Now, that I remember thinking that forgiveness was not going to be contingent on whether they were authentically
Right.
feeling all those things.
Yes.
But it really did help me. Okay, at least there's some processing happening, and I was able to let go. So I actually believe we were reconciled, and this is where I learned a lot of this. This process was through this particular relationship, because I do actually feel like we reconciled at that time, but there was not a restoration.
You're
of
not
the
buddies. You're
relationship.
not going out to
and
movies
there
and stuff.
were moments where we did try to connect and all that, but then it just started to feel like, no, this is not.
We're done now.
We're done.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Yeah.
God bless them and
Right.
all that they
No,
love.
that makes good sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had it happen once.
Okay.
Where it was clear the person was in some kind of recovery process, and they came to me, and it caught me 100% off guard.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it,
Right.
and it was very powerful.
Yeah.
But I was very surprised.
Yeah.
By the fact that they did it, because my read on it was that that's not how they perceive things.
Yeah.
And then also the impact that it had on me.
What was the impact that it had on you?
It was just very emotional. Like it was very liberating and freeing, and felt like something was lifted. And it was something that had been years ago.
Yeah.
It was, I didn't even know that me and this person were going to be in the same place when this happened at the same time. We were at, wasn't even in either of our home states. We were at a different place, but they came with this intention.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah. The Bible verse that pops into my head, just to track it back a little bit, is if you're offended, you're supposed to go and say something to someone when you're offended. And I've had people do this to me, come to me and say, hey, look, this really offended me. And it's in those moments that the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
It's in that moment that, like, because for whatever reason, the burden is on the person who's been offended scripturally. Where it says, if you've been offended, go to them. And so if you go to them and they repent, or if they own it or whatever, you've won a brother, sister. And that I believe is the moment of humility. It's a moment of practicing, I think, faith. I think it is a moment of, I think, the beginning of reconciliation.
And I don't want to detract from anything you said, because it's great. But would you agree that logically, even though in that scriptural instance, it puts the burden on the offended, that doesn't necessarily remove the burden from the offender.
No, not at all.
To take an issue. So it's not saying the only way this works is for you.
Well, there's
to,
other Bible verses that say if you've offended someone, you
Go
should
and
to
talk to them. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So it is.
But sometimes you don't know.
right.
Right.
That's it. And that's your point, which is good. Okay. I got one more goodie for you.
Yeah.
And then give me your thoughts about this. So there's also a lot of stuff in the research and in the literature about stages of reconciliation. And this may dovetail with what you're saying or may differ from it. So these are in order. The other ones were just, these are 5 conditions that need to be met.
For sure.
These are kind of sequential. The first is, and again, mostly from the perspective of the offending party, the offender. Number 1, recognition.
Yep.
Acknowledging of the harm. Number 2, remorse, which is genuine regret. Number 3, repair, which is action, something, making amends.
Yeah.
Going to the person to apologize, to all.
Yep.
Doing whatever we've been talking about.
Yep.
And then the 4th is restoration, which is always thought of as gradual. It is not thought of as
Instantaneous.
now we're there. So how's that fit with your?
I think it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So recognition, remorse, repair, restoration.
That's 4 R's, buddy.
I know it. I should have
That
been a
might
Baptist
preach. That
preacher.
might
You
preach.
should have. I know.
I should have been.
You missed your calling.
The 4
on it.
The 4 R's of reconciliation.
Yeah. It would be like my calling would have been psychologist, Baptist preacher, bad magician.
Oh, I don't
In that
know.
order.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Go
Magician
ahead.
might be second. The only thing I want to say about this is that if you are the offended person and you're listening to this going, it is not your job to extract these things from the other person.
Right. That's really important.
You cannot extract it from them. You cannot. It has to be. And that's what I liked about it. It has to be, what'd you say, heartfelt or?
Genuine.
Genuine regret.
Yeah.
If there's no genuine regret, you're done.
Yep.
It's just done. I've had people say, yeah,
Right.
you deserved it.
Yeah, one of the worst phrases ever is like, if I've done anything to offend you, if I've done anything to hurt you.
Or I'm
Like,
sorry you felt that
or
way.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry you felt
that's the
right. Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry you took it that way.
You're not in a.
That's not my intention.
You're right. Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Right.
That's not. You're not in
Yeah.
yeah.
a true process if it's sort of if you lead with
And
if I've done anything.
it's not a true
But you
genuine.
can lead with, have I done anything?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a helpful way.
Right.
To
Help me
start a
understand this.
conversation.
That's what
Yeah.
I usually I need you to help me understand what I did because I don't get it.
Yeah.
I've led with that many times.
Let me cap this with one important note, and we've kind of embedded this in what we've been talking about. But this comes again, and I know my job here is to be the psychologist and the research monkey, where I'm bringing. But one study that's really very good found that reconciliation without forgiveness can be harmful. But forgiveness without reconciliation can be helpful. Okay.
Yeah.
So it actually can do harm to move into a reconciliation process where there's not.
Yeah, because
Been
then you're
forgi-
just hanging things over people's heads.
Right. But it isn't.
I can't imagine
It actually
anybody
can
doing
be
that.
helpful. to go back to our other conversation, forgiveness without the reconciliation can be okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all right. So
Yeah.
sometimes what we're talking about here with this process may not be available to you or may not even be good to do. But when it is, sometimes that's the
Yep.
way to go.
Yep. I want to offer one other thing. If you're listening to this and you've been somehow offended by somebody,
Particularly Kevin.
and me, if it's me, bring it on.
Yeah.
And you've tried. You've gone to them and said, "Look, this offended me," and you. The process that the Bible actually talks about is bring somebody with you that has witnessed it or seen it, or to add a level of this is really important to me. And if they still kind of like, nope, I'm out. I'm not going to reconcile with you, or I don't think I've done anything wrong. It's at that point where you're going to have to figure out how to let it go. I mean, the Bible says bring it to the church. You can bring it to us. You can bring it to a number. But at the end of the day, what I've found is when it gets to the place where people bring it to the church, it's usually at the place of where it doesn't get reconciled. barring God's divine intervention, which you can pray for, and you can pray for a change of heart, but oftentimes the heart sets itself against and fortifies itself in a defensive posture against owning one's own offenses. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like that needs to be said, so that you're not feeling like I'm doing something wrong, or I'm banging my head against the wall, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm getting nowhere with this person. Mm-hmm. Odds are that they've set their heart in a specific posture towards what you're talking to them about.
Right. And I would say, to add to that, the forgiveness piece is yours.
Yeah.
Right? That's for your health. And you're not, there should be no demand on you to get to a certain place emotionally or spiritually with forgiveness.
Right.
It is really for you.
Right.
It is your work to be done.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You have to live with the consequences of the offense in your life anyway. Yeah. And the best way to do that is to live with it in forgiveness.
If you can.
If you can. If you can't, you can't. Well, anyway, thanks, Suzie, for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yes, you sinner. No, that's the movie.
I am.
And Donald Rumsfeld. And
Good luck on
Monrovia.
that one. Yes. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Journey on My Mind. If you enjoyed it, please help us spread the word by leaving us a review and sharing it on your social media. Journey on My Mind is a production of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee. Edwin Rivera III is the show's producer, with technical assistance from Randy Hansen. Grant Opperman edits the show. If you have a suggestion for a future topic or a question, you can text us at 615-861-9503. And if you would like to talk to someone about spiritual or mental health issues, you can email our care pastor, Sam Barnhart, at sam@journeytn.com.